from this business perspective, that is a way that you can establish a relationship. They'll probably be able to pick up the phone, call each other all the time, and that is actually good.
And that helps with your soft diplomacy that you were talking about. So we have a good relationship.
Soft power.
Well, that's how it's fine. Like, maybe Trump could do something that every major power has been able to do 300 years ago. I doubt it.
No, I get
You go Hogan.
I get Bob's point. Nothing seems to work in Afghanistan, but at least it looks like he's listening.
But also remember, the purpose of it is not just because he wants Afghanistan good economy. It's actually in America's national interest.
Yeah.
So that you can prevent a safe haven from growing there again.
All right. On that note, coming up, top Democrats in the House and Senate are urging Republicans to scrap their Obamacare repeal and replacement bill. But will their fear tactics work? Details ahead.
From hip-hop's first hit to the beats heard around the world.
Bringing some
Classic hip-hop from the 80s. I am TMC. And the 90s.
Yo, this your boy Ice-Cube. I can't believe today was a good day.
Classic hip-hop 24/7. I'm Chuck D. I'm backspin, baby. Jackson. 43. Listen on your phone with the series.
Blinds?
Fucking douchebags.
What if I couldn't install them? Then I heard of Blinds.com on the radio. The prices, selection, and quality are amazing. The shipping is free, samples are free, and the professional designers gave me a free online design consultation, helping me pick, measure, and install the perfect blinds for every room. And when we figured out I ordered the wrong size, they said not to worry and sent me the right size for free. That night, I had friends over, and they could not believe what a big difference my new blinds made. They said it was like I had a new house. I'll never buy blinds any other way.
Winter is still hanging on, so let's jumpstart spring with some savings. Now through March 14th, get up to 30% off site-wide at Blinds.com. Just use promo code NEWS. That's up to 30% off your entire order. Now through March 14th when you go to Blinds.com and use promo code NEWS. Blinds.com, promo code NEWS. Rules and restrictions apply.
Yeah, Moran. So there's this family, Jeremy and Sharon.
The FISA warrant was not about Trump. They did it as part of their investigation at different times as it relates to this particular bank, if I'm not misunderstood. They did look into any connections. They found nothing whatsoever. This has been going on since November. There's no media outlet that I know that has brought any evidence forward of any collusion. Have you seen any?
Keep left on I-5 north.
No, I have not. And I think that that's what's so concerning is that there was such an emphasis from the media and from many, politicians as well, that there was this collusion between Trump's team and the Russians. But there was absolutely no evidence brought forth, no solid evidence that proves that. And I think that became the overall concern with investigators as well. And this is why
Keep left on I-5 north.
people chose to speak to us. We had sources that were willing to talk to us and confirm the story that we reported. And that's where the biggest concern is. Because as you know, Sean, once it's out there, it's out there. And then everybody starts jumping on a bandwagon and looking at it and saying, well, what did Trump do? What did his associates do? What kind of collusion was going on with the Russians?
Drive 4.1 miles, then keep left on I-5 north.
One, nobody was arrested, and nobody has been arrested today for any kind of collusion. And two, when you look at the stories, there was no evidence in any of those stories that there was any collusion. It was always he said, she said, but no evidence was provided.
I mean, that is an amazing development here. And you also found that there was a non-FISA warrant. Was that directly aimed at Trump?
That was part of their traditional investigation, and that's where, I'm going back. They said it was a traditional investigation, according to the sources that we spoke with, into the Trump server. But then that raises the question, what happened that pushed the FBI to look into the Trump server? What type of evidence or information was provided to the FBI that they felt compelled to open an investigation into the server, which was a traditional one, it wasn't under the FISA, look into the server and eventually realize with in less than 2 weeks that they were in there, that there was no evidence of any criminality between Trump and his associates and a server in Russia. So that, I think, is the big question. And going back to what you said, when you first opened the segment and you talked about how Comey said there's no more privacy. I remember talking to General Hayden a year and a half ago, and he said for any American who thinks that they have complete privacy or any privacy at all, they're sadly mistaken. There is no more privacy. I mean, the capabilities of going into emails and looking at transcripts of telephone calls, all you have to do is have the need-to-know access. You don't even need a FISA, and I don't think people get this. You don't even really need a FISA for an investigator on a need-to-know basis with the U.S. intelligence community to go into the raw data and look at the raw data, which would reveal names and times and who was on those calls or whose emails that they were looking at, and those would not be masked. So people out there know who's talking to who, and this does not require a warrant, Sean.
So and you have confirmed that in fact that another warrant was issued, and we don't know what the purpose of it was. We don't know how it got initiated. We don't know what precipitated it, and could it have been political? Perhaps maybe somebody, because if we go back before the election, Hillary Clinton was suggesting there was collusion, as was Harry Reid was saying the big blockbuster coming out about Trump and Russia. The only thing that seemed to garner the attention, the hysteria, was this ridiculous dossier that was put out, and that Donald Trump they might have had compromising video of him having sex with hookers in Moscow and the Ritz-Carlton with hookers urinating on the bed, and that turned out to be false. And the other thing that came up was that in his performing his duties as a senator, Jeff Sessions, he did meet with the Russian ambassador, as did so many others. And it was not about the campaign. He was not a campaign operative, and he answered directly Al Franken's question.
Correct. I mean, if you look back to the leak on the dossier, right? I mean, this dossier was also supposed to be classified and not be out in the public because, in fact, U.S. law enforcement, U.S. intelligence officials had not cooperated hardly anything in the dossier. There was very little in the dossier that they had cooperated. It was almost like, Christopher Steele, who had put this dossier together, was given two little bits of truthful information that amounted to nothing, and then, according to some of the intelligence officials that I spoke to, given a lot of remarks that never corroborated. Now, that doesn't mean that in the future something won't be corroborated, but right now, according to U.S. intelligence officials, that dossier, there's not much to it. They weren't able to corroborate a lot of the evidence, a lot of the claims, let's say, a lot of the claims that were made in that dossier that was put together by, apparently a very well respected in the past MI6 operative from England. So it's strange. You see these leaks and you ask...
How much were they willing to pay that guy? That's the guy that came up with the dossier. They were going to pay this guy and put him on the payroll. Stay right there. I also want to ask you what this means for the media, what it means going forward, and where this may end up. Some people wake up, they look in the mirror. A lot of us, you see bags and puffiness, and you're tired, and you want to look the best, and you have a big meeting, and how do you get there? It's a problem for millions of American men and women, but now there is a solution from our friends at Chamonix. It's their best-selling product called Genucel, and it gets rid of all the bags and puffiness under your eyes. Susan from New Jersey writes, I've been using Genucel for a couple of months. The puffiness around my eyes is now gone. Even the crow's feet, gone. Small lines disappeared. They haven't come back. I love this product. I use it under my eyes and on my eyelids. Now, the way I know that... You're going to see results in 12 hours. Back, guaranteed, no risk to you whatsoever. Call now and you'll save big on Genucel's risk-free, limited-time offer. The toll-free number is 800-SKIN-509, 800-SKIN-509, and right now during the Chamonix spring clearance event, Chamonix will give you an instant $50 coupon while supplies last. Want to look your best? Want to get rid of bags and puffiness? Not look tired for the big meeting? Call now, 800-SKIN-509, 800-SKIN-509 for Genucel by Chamonix.
Bringing jobs back to America and getting America back to work. This is the Sean Hannity Show. Time to win. The excitement of the NCAA men's basketball tournament is on Sirius XM. Journey through the bracket on SiriusXM. Get our complete NCAA tournament schedule at SiriusXM.com/college basketball schedule.
I know I need to earn my MBA if I want to move up. I'm looking for an MBA that offers unique concentrations. I want an online MBA that's top-ranked, established. I care about the school's reputation because I know my future employers will too.
Thinking about earning your MBA? At Northeastern's DeMoore McKim School of Business, we offer a 100% online MBA with 8 concentrations that can help set you apart in today's competitive workforce.
To speak to an enrollment advisor, text SUCCESS to 37913.
Message and data rates may apply.
Your credit card companies love you. They love it when your cards stay maxed out. They love it when you only make minimum payments. They love it when you struggle. Why? Because they own you. And minimum payments mean maximum profits. Here's great news. National Debt Relief is now offering you free information on how to escape your credit card debt nightmare. If you owe more than $10,000 in credit card debt and are only barely making minimum payments, know this. You may not have to pay it all back. In fact, you may have the right to settle that debt for only a fraction of what you owe. National Debt Relief has helped thousands of people get rid of over $500 million of debt. And they're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau. Get the information you need for free right now before this offer goes away. Call National Debt Relief now and escape your credit card debt troubles. 800-978-1911. 800-978-1911. 800-978-1911.
Attention cigar lovers. This is an important announcement from the cigar experts at FamousSmoke.com. Famous wants to pay you to buy your favorite cigar. Say what? You heard me right. Tired of high prices, lousy selection, crummy service. Nobody wants that. You need to buy your cigars the famous way. Just go to FamousSmoke.com and click the activate button. You pick out your favorite smokes. We're going to give you $20 cash back instantly at checkout when you spend just $99 or more on the stellar stogies you crave. We carry over 1,000 of the world's best brands like Cohiba, Monte Cristo, Drew Estate, Romeo, Rocky. And all you've got to do is click the activate button and we'll give you $20 cash back. Tasty cigars that bring a smile to your face. Go to FamousSmoke.com and order now. You'll get low prices, huge selection, and outstanding service. That's the famous way. And it's only at FamousSmoke.com.
Hey gang, this is Gallagher. You know, the guy who smashes watermelon with the sledgehammer. Well, the only thing I hate more than corned peas and cottage cheese is what? Tax debt. Now believe me, I know what I'm talking about. Get your life back together. If you've got $10,000 or more of tax debt, take my advice and call the Life Back Tax Experts and let them smash your tax debt to smithereens. They'll stop the IRS from garnishing your wages. They'll stop them IRS from touching your bank account. They'll get the liens removed from your property, and they won't even need a sledgehammer. Get the tax stress out of your life today. They'll negotiate your tax debt to what? A fraction of what you owe. Heck yeah, this makes sense. With the highest A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, they'll set a flat fee for their services, and then what? Let you make payments. Get your life back when? Today. Call 855-423-1500. That's 855-423-1500. 855-423-1500. Get your tax relief at lifebacktaxrelief.com.
With so much uncertainty in the world, from Brexit to the future of Obamacare and Social Security, wouldn't it be nice to shield your finances from potential calamity? In times of uncertainty, precious metals can provide excellent protection. Did you know that while most banks are paying just 1% on investment accounts, silver surged to a 16% gain in 2016? As a result, a record number of Americans invested a portion of their wealth into gold and silver with help from the Patriot Gold Group. And 2017 is expected to be the year prices skyrocket. Patriot Gold Group has become the fastest growing precious metals dealer in the country and is 5-star rated by Consumer Affairs. Call Patriot Gold Group today and get your free gold and silver investor kit with no obligations and learn about our physical delivery and IRA options. Call 800-914-2226. That's 800-914-2226. 800-914-2226.
Individual results may vary. There's no guarantee that past performance will be indicative of future results. Invest wisely.
correspondent for Circa.com, and she, along with John Solomon, her colleague, have debunked any theory, any collusion on Russia and Donald Trump, but the media keeps breathlessly, hysterically reporting that it keeps going on. Are these guys in the media that are not listening to your blockbuster report, are they going to end up with a lot of egg on their face?
You know, I can't think they're going to end up with egg on their face, but according to the sources that we've spoken with, that is a good conclusion. I think what's disappointing is that despite what anybody feels politically, you have to tell the truth. You have to get the truth out. I mean, this cannot be a partisan investigation into Trump. It has to be very they have to look at each subject and be able to tell the truth about what's happening. Whether that reveals that there was no collusion, I mean, that's a fact. And now, you know, they're going to keep digging, and we've seen that. They keep moving forward, keep digging for more evidence to try to prove something that, according to U.S. intelligence officials and senior sources that we've spoken with, does not exist.
So when does the intelligence community or law enforcement community come out and say this isn't true? I mean, I know that Clapper said it, that they had no impact on the election, but that hasn't stopped anybody. And it's like, it's almost become a narrative. You repeat a lie often enough and everybody seems to believe it. So when does it ever get resolved for the public to hear, oh, that never happened?
I think that a lot of answers will come forth on the March 20th hearing. And so I believe the House Intelligence Committee's hearing, they are going to be asking a lot of questions. I know that, you know, probably some of those questions will deal with, did you find any kind of criminality, any connection between Trump's team and Russia? Was there any collusion? And, you know, they will have to answer those questions. We know that former director John Brennan will be testifying, as well as current FBI director James Comey. Sally Yates is another one I'm very interested in seeing. She will be testifying as well at this hearing. And remember, she was the one that went to the White House and it said that Flynn could possibly be blackmailed
in 0.8 miles.
by
Keep left onto
based on
I-5.
some evidence that they had regarding his telephone calls. So there are a lot of people that are going to have to answer a lot of questions to the American public, as well as to lawmakers.